Multiplying and dividing integers. When we're multiplying and dividing integers, we have two rules. They're slightly different from the rules we had for adding and subtracting, so it's really important to distinguish between the two sets of operations. When the signs are the same for the two numbers you're multiplying, here's examples, the answer is positive. When the signs are different for the two numbers you're multiplying, the answer is negative. So very little to remember. Same sign positive, different sign negative. So let's look at our first example. We have 3 times negative 4. Well, what does this actually mean? We'll look at a little example of an integer model with the pluses and minuses and see that this means 3 groups of negative 4, which is 4 negatives, 4 negatives, 4 negatives. So you can see why the answer would be negative. I have 12 negatives. But what does negative 3 times negative 4 represent? How do we represent a negative number of groups? So this really means the opposite of 3 times the negative 4. Because we can't get the same answer. For multiplying a negative and a negative, it can't be the same answer as a positive and a negative. So this is the opposite of those 3 groups of negative 4, which the opposite of negative 12 is positive 12. And it's harder to visualize that one, so that's how we're going to look at it. So again, we're going to go back to our rules. Same sign or different signs. These are different signs. So the answer is negative, and 2 times 4 is 8. So the answer is negative 8. 5 times 6. Well, there's no negatives involved there, so we really shouldn't have to think too hard. We know that that's 30, and it'll always be 30. It's not going to change from what we did when we were in elementary school. Signs are the same, both positives. 7 times negative 4. Well, the signs are different. So the answer is negative, and 7 times 4 is 28. And the negative 7 times negative 4, the signs are the same, so it should be a positive 28. Now we don't have to write the positive in front of the answer. Now I'm going to give you a problem to do. 5 times negative 5. Take a second. Are the signs the same or different? They're different. Does that mean the answer is negative or positive? That means the answer is negative. And 5 times 5 is 25. What about negative 4 times positive 6? Are the answers, or are the numbers same sign or different signs? They're different. So does that mean the answer is positive or negative? It means it's negative. And 4 times 6 is 24. What about negative 3 times negative 8? Do we have the same sign or different signs? We have the same sign, which means they're going to be positive. Positive 24. Now the rules are the same for division. The rules are the same for division. Remember that dividing can be written as a fraction, like this, or it can be written out with a division symbol. So negative 10 divided by 5, again, same sign or different sign. They're different. That means the answer is negative, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. And we're going to change this problem because I didn't put any with double negatives in there. 48 divided by negative 6. Again, different signs. So my answer is negative, and 48 divided by 6 is 8. And then 100 divided by negative 25. Same sign or different signs? different signs. Different signs means the answer is negative. 100 divided by 25 is 4. Negative 36 divided by negative 3. Same sign or different sign? Well, in this case now we have the same sign. So that means my answer is positive, and 36 divided by 3 is 12. And negative 1 divided by negative 2, same sign. 1 divided by 2, is going to be a positive 1/2. Now, a lot of times I get students telling me that the answer here is 2, and it's not, because we are dividing the 1 by the 2. We're not dividing the 2 by the 1, so I'm dividing 1 into 2 pieces. I get 1/2. And then negative 56 divided by 8, different signs. So the answer is positive or negative. The answer is negative, and negative 56 divided by 8 is 7. And now let's look at the case of 0. What does it mean when I'm dividing by 0? 0 divided by 12 means I'm taking 0 items and I'm going to put them in 12 baskets, let's say. How many items are in each basket? Well, I had nothing in the beginning to put in those baskets, so all of the baskets are empty. So 0 divided by 12 is 0. Now, conversely, 12 divided by 0 means I have 12 items, and I'm going to put them in 0 baskets. Well, how do I put stuff in no baskets? And ask how many are in the baskets. There isn't a basket. It doesn't exist. So this is an undefined problem. And if you plug this into a calculator, it's going to give you an error, because we can't divide by 0. And I saw this once and it stuck with me, and I think it's really helpful. I saw this. If 0 is on top, it's okay. The answer is 0. But if 0 is on the bottom, that's a big no-no. So that's something to help you remember that. Now let's take a second and recap our rules for adding and subtracting and multiplying and dividing. So when we have the same sign and we're adding, the rule is we add the numbers and we take the common sign. So if they're both positive, it's positive. If they're both negative, it's negative. If the signs are different, we're going to subtract the value of the two numbers, and we're going to take the sign of the bigger number. If there's more positives, then the answer is going to be positive. If there's more negatives, so if it's a bigger plus sign, the answer is positive. If it's a bigger subtraction sign, the answer is negative, because there's more negatives to take away. And for multiplying and dividing, again, I can't stress enough not getting these confused. Multiplying and dividing have different rules. So for multiplying and dividing, same sign is positive, and different signs is negative. So it's important that when we're doing problems, we are distinguishing between whether we're adding and subtracting or multiplying and dividing.